Hi Gemini, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ray. Today we will be looking at your detailed tarot predictions for the month of March 2023. So let's get started. Okay, Geminis, starting off with the Eight of Swords in your current situation, this is the energy that you are entering into the month of March with. I feel like there is something that is very stressful going on in your life right now, and it feels like some of you are confining yourselves. Okay, there's something going on in this situation or this relationship that makes you feel trapped. For some of you, Gemini, in terms of your career and finances, some of you could be limiting yourselves, restricting your ideas out of like a fear of anxiety or imposter syndrome, like your ideas or your projects are moving very slowly because you're afraid of taking those risks, afraid of thinking, well, maybe this idea isn't that great, or doubting your talents and doubting your achievements and your ability to make your dreams come true and to go after your goals and chase your ambitions. I'm also hearing in terms of some of you who are working in a toxic work environment, you might feel like other people around you that you're working with are holding you back from reaching your true potential in some way. Or you might feel like the position or the environment that you're currently working in is more stress than it's worth. In terms of personal relationships, for some of you, I am seeing a past person coming back around, but I'm not necessarily seeing this being a successful reconciliation or a relationship renewal. For some of you, this might not be literal. If this is somebody that you've already separated from, this could just be you going through a healing phase, a period of recovery, and doing a lot of inner work within yourself as you confront situations from the past being brought back. Your advice for March is heart to heart conversations, Gemini. Honestly, discuss your feelings with each other. And we have the World card here in your crossing. So, this is what's pushing you forward, Gemini. And again, this could be literal for some of you if you have a past person reaching out to communicate with you. I feel like they want closure. Okay, with the ending of this cycle here. For some of you, this is a travel card. There might have been some physical distance involved in seeing this person. Or if this is about your career and finances, there could be some sort of relocation involved. You might travel a lot for work, or some of you could be moving. But it feels like this is the ending of a cycle, okay? And for some of you, you might need to have a conversation with this person to be able to set and keep those personal boundaries, especially if this person isn't taking no for an answer or if they're trying to come back around and you need to make them understand that this is over, Gemini. Some of you, I'm hearing you need to let this person down easy. In terms of career and finances as well, I'm feeling like this is the end of a cycle in your career. If you're letting go of that fear and that anxiety and that stress and ending a cycle in your career, it doesn't have to mean ending a contract. It could be looking for a new job opportunity elsewhere. It could be the ending of a project, moving on to new ideas. But it kind of feels like a sense of achievement and completion here. In terms of personal relationships, if this is a past person, it feels like, or even if you're just dealing with past energies in March, Gemini, and going through a healing phase, it feels like somebody thinks that there's unfinished business here. And I'm going to say this, and it's going to trigger some people. There is no such thing as unfinished business, okay? The business itself is finished. Somebody here is just upset that it didn't end the way they wanted it to. And that is a form of control. You have the Nine of Wands at your base. Before I forget, Gemini, we have three number nines on the table here. The Nine of Wands, the Moon card, which is card number 18 in the major arcana, 1 plus 8 equals 9. And we have the Hermit, which is card number 9 in the major arcana as well. That might be a confirmation that this message is for you. If you're seeing a lot of nines, 99, 999 in March, 9 might be your favorite number or your lucky number. Take it how it resonates. But it feels like some of you might be seeing those number signs and synchronicities in March. And the number 9 is almost the end, especially with this Nine of Wands here, okay? You're in the last stretch right now, Gemini. In terms of you going through a separation or a relationship ending or a healing phase, it's like you're almost out, right? This person is almost out of your hair. You're almost over it. You're almost over them. And it feels like this person might be coming back around as a test from the universe. The universe wants to see if you've really moved on, if you're really ready to close that cycle and move forward. The universe wants to see if you are now strong enough to set and keep those personal boundaries with this person and to stand up for yourself and say, this is not what I want anymore. You are not meeting my emotional needs. And the universe wants to see if you will persevere and move on and move forward like you have been. In terms of you just healing in general, I feel like this is also a test of your willpower, of your wisdom. Are you going to give up and run back to this person, or are you going to keep moving forward? What have you learned from this relationship or this experience? What did it teach you? In what way are you stronger now? In the past, you have Temperance. Some of you could have been dealing with a Sagittarius, but this is about balance, and this is another healing card, Gemini. And again, for some of you, I'm hearing that rather than reconciliation or renewing this relationship, instead of healing your connection with this person, I'm seeing you focused on your own healing. This heart to heart conversation here, again, could just be about the two of you getting closure so that you can really finally end that cycle, like the last chance, the last straw, and set and keep those personal boundaries with this person. This is how I feel. This is what I think about the situation. And that's why I'm making the decision to leave and to move on. And standing in your power by knowing how to make your own emotional needs a priority when this person cannot provide for you is how you do that, is how you achieve that sense of balance. And I feel like you've been on this healing journey for a while now, Gemini. Even if this is something that has happened to you recently, it's like it takes patience for you to be able to kind of separate yourself and control your emotions and say, I am better than what I am getting. I deserve better than what is being served to me. And that's why I need to tell you that you are not providing for my emotional needs. And then if this person does not step up to the plate and change their behavior, you're gone. In your crowning thoughts, you have the Judgment card. Again, I'm seeing a lot of past energies in this reading, Gemini, that you are dealing with. And again, even if it's not literally a person, it feels like you're dealing with situations from the past in general, like the resurfacing of old wounds, especially with this Hermit card here as well. Both of these cards are about reflection. And I feel like you've been doing a lot of reevaluating, Gemini, about toxic behaviors that may have served you in the past but no longer serve you now. I'm also hearing that you're like reevaluating not only yourself and maybe some toxic traits within yourself that you need to fix, some issues and some problems that you have that need to change, some behaviors of your own that you need to work on, but also reevaluating your relationships and like upgrading in terms of saying, I will no longer accept being treated the way that I have been in the past. In the immediate future, you have the Ten of Cups, but with this heart to heart conversations card here, again, I'm not hearing that this is the Ten of Cups with this person. For some of you, if this is a current connection and you're deciding that it's time for this to end, it might be very difficult to separate yourself from this person, especially if you've already been like long-term committed to them in some way, or if you're married, or if there are kids involved, or whatever. But it kind of feels like you're realizing that this person cannot provide you with the Ten of Cups, Gemini. And that's why it's time for you to let go of this person and find your own Ten of Cups. For some of you, that could be literal. You might be spending more time with your family, spending more time with your friends, learning how to be happy within yourself, learning how to make yourself happy, following your passions, changing your focus. I'm also hearing if this is like a new person and you're just thinking of having that conversation with them, that conversation is going to make you realize, Gemini, that you and this person are not on the same page. You don't want the same things. You might want the Ten of Cups and this person just wants something more casual. And you're like, well, that's not what I want. So it's time for me to move on and find somebody who wants the same things that you do. In your hopes, you have the Three of Pentacles. You're hoping for collaboration here, Gemini, okay? Especially if this is somebody that you've been with for a while, or for those of you who actually do want to reconcile with this person, I feel like some of you still want to work on it. Or again, energies could be mixed. This might be what they want, so take it how it resonates. It feels like Some of you, I'm hearing, if you don't want to be with this person anymore and you've already made your decision, you're focusing on your career and finances. You're changing your focus, you're shifting your energy. And for some of you, this could just be about you focusing on your work, keeping yourself busy, going after your ambitions, becoming action oriented, focusing on your goals. I'm hearing that for some of you, the collaboration is not there anymore because this person is coming through as the moon, which is a very deceptive energy. I feel like you just don't make a good team. And it's because you're not on the same page. It feels like you are the one doing all the communicating here and all the compromise, Gemini, and this person is not pulling their weight in the relationship. You have the moon card here. Some of you could be dealing with a Pisces. In terms of career and finances, I'm hearing again, some of you need to go within and do a lot of reflecting in March and have this heart to heart conversation with yourself about your shadow self. Some of you are doing a lot of shadow work in the March and diving deep into your subconscious to resolve your inner issues and trying to figure out where did the passion go? Or what am I passionate about? Especially if you're no longer happy in your current career or financial situation, and trying to figure out what it is about the situation that you can change. And for some of you, that might involve honestly discussing your feelings with yourself, like especially if you've been like struggling to admit for a while now that this isn't what you want anymore. And that's okay, Gemini. Sometimes you have to go down a specific career path just to find out this is not really what you thought it was and this is not what you wanted. But sometimes that has to happen just for you to figure out, actually, I'm meant to be somewhere else. And now it's time for me to figure out what I actually do want to do because I don't want to be doing this anymore. So if that's the transition that you're going through right now, that's okay. You had to figure out that this is not what you want to do in order for you to like turn things around and figure out, okay, well, what do I want to do? Because if you didn't have that realization, you would never have come to the conclusion that you need to change. In terms of personal relationships, this other person is coming through as the moon. Again, they're being deceptive, Gemini, especially if this is a past person or if there's a lot of history here. I feel like this person is still hiding things from you and keeping secrets. They might still be lying to you about something, and it's because this person is not being honest with you about their intentions. I also hearing for some of you that like you've tried to have this conversation with them before and they just shut down or like become very cold emotionally. Like you see how this character is like not even paying attention and this character is so much more into them. Like that's the relationship dynamic that I'm getting here. Like the other person is just like, yeah, okay, whatever, and they don't really care that much. And it feels like you're the one who's making more of an effort here. In your strengths, you have the Hermit. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. And again, I'm hearing the word reflection, Gemini, okay? You need to go within right now on this period of recovery and do a lot of soul searching. You need to find out your inner truth. How do you speak your inner truth? That's going to look different for all of you. You know, only you can define what your inner truth is. There's no one right answer. And that takes a lot of thinking and a lot of feeling and a lot of shadow work. Again, with this deceptive moon energy here as well, I feel like some of you might think that this person is like hiding something from you, and some of you could be finding out what that secret is. Or if this is a past person coming back around and they're trying to get closure, this person you like might be having like a conversation about like, why did you lie to me about this? Like something like that. Like you know the truth about this person now. I'm hearing that this person has shown you their true colors and you needed to see that so that you could realize that this person is not who you thought they were and they're not good enough for you. Some of you with this Hermit card, I'm hearing that you might just want to be single right now and focus on yourselves, focus on your career and your finances so that you can kind of recharge your social batteries and get the rest that you need. Some of you, I'm hearing you're going to take a break from dating altogether. In your outcome, you have strength. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo. You need to have the courage to stand up for yourself here, Gemini, whether in career and finances or in personal relationships. You need to have the courage to come forward and have a conversation with this person so that you can set and keep those personal boundaries. And if that person does not respect your needs and your wants and cannot give you what you want from them, then it's time for you to pull back. It's time for you to cut them off. It's time for you to protect your energy. Because the character on the strength card is literally taming a lion, okay? This person does not waste their attention or their energy on their time on something that is not going to be worth it, on somebody that does not deserve them. And this person is stronger on their own. Would you rather be happy on your own, Gemini, or in a relationship that makes you miserable? Again, I feel like the universe is testing you here, especially if this is a past person coming back around. They want to see if you've learned anything from this. The universe wants to see if you've gotten wiser, if you've gotten stronger, if you've learned the lesson here, and you are strong enough to endure. Clarifying the Eight of Swords is the Hermit again. We have the Hermit twice here from two different decks, Gemini. This is why I pull from multiple decks to get those signs and synchronicities in there. Basically, a confirmation, the universe saying I meant what I said and that this message is on point and I'm getting it right. So somebody needs to hear this, okay? Some of you struggle a lot with anxiety, I'm hearing, Gemini, and there's a lot of overthinking going on in this situation or this relationship. And I'm not saying that that's not warranted, especially if this is a difficult decision for you. Think about it for as long as you want. But the problem here is that there's like an underlying tone of fear in making this decision. And I'm hearing for some of you that you need to ask yourselves why your fight or flight response is being triggered in this situation, whether it might be some sort of childhood trauma or some sort of like leftover past energies from previous toxic relationships or whatever. I'm hearing for some of you that you feel like your inner truth is being restricted. And again, you need to kind of go within and ask yourselves why that is, Gemini. Some of this is getting really deep. I'm hearing some of you grew up with like very specific political or religious beliefs that you are now questioning, that your family taught you, that you no longer agree with. And some of you feel like there's fear in trying to be who you are. Clarifying the moon is the Ace of Swords. So we have an ending and we have a new beginning. Okay, we have the world and we have the Ace of Swords. When one door closes, another one opens. Okay, people don't just say these things because it's cute and it sounds poetic. It's because it's true. Okay, when one cycle of your life ends, another opportunity will open up for you. If you just give yourself the time and the space to attract that new beginning, it will come to you. And with the moon card here, I'm hearing that especially if you're doing a lot of shadow work in March, Gemini, I'm hearing that you are kind of breaking through that sense of fear and anxiety that keeps you held back or that makes you feel insecure about yourself and who you are or who you want to be in any way. And I'm hearing that by diving into your subconscious, you're gaining clarity. Like some of you I'm hearing are having like this aha moment or this epiphany where you're like, okay, this is why I am the way that I am, or this is why this certain behavior triggers me, or this is why, like, I learned this pattern of behavior from my parents, or, whoever. And it's like you are going within and doing a lot of reflecting and learning so much about yourself as you heal. And that's a very powerful place to be in because once you understand where that past energy comes from and why it's there, once you are aware of those behaviors, you can change them. And again, in terms of personal relationships, I'm not seeing you giving this person the time of day, Gemini. I feel like you've made your decision to cut them off and move on and move forward, to say, fuck you, fuck this, I deserve better. Okay, Geminis, I feel like those were the messages that you needed to hear for the month of March 2023. You can comment down below or like this video to let me know if it resonates or if this helped you in any way. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to this channel and turn on those notifications so that you can be notified every time I upload another tarot reading video for you. We are a small channel, but we are growing every single day because of you, and I really do love and appreciate every single one of you for that, so thank you so much for your support. You can follow me on all my social medias if you want to. I post a lot of stuff on there that you're not going to see on YouTube. If you're interested in any of that, the links will be in the description box down below, and I'll see you in your next reading. Bye.